Hi, I'm Mark Clever and welcome to the Photographer Academy and our series in food photography, or at least getting started in food photography. And we're just kind of finishing off for the day, and we just thought, you know, how can we become a food photographer for £1? A little bit, that's £1 not in weight, that's £1 in currency, okay? So we've kind of got the last setup going on here, and I've just replaced some cupcakes that were with what we refer to as our Welsh cakes, basically with currants and everything else with it and things really. Very, very good and not good for your waistline. And we just thought, you know what, let's just kind of throw some kind of quick ideas in there so you can kind of really create fast. So if we just look at that image first of all, and lock everything off for a minute. I'm using cable release so I can avoid the shutter shake and I can work kind of more of a distance. I'm tethered so I can see the image straight into my laptop here. The tether cables with tether tools, and we've got the jerk stopper just on the side. That stops any damage to the actual body and the actual plug-in. Using a 100mm macro just so we can kind of focus in as tight as we want. No artificial light going on here, as you can just see it's the church window, and that's basically it's doing its job. Right, take a photograph, shut up and do it. So we've got a nice image, it's the end of the day, so we've got a natural warmth coming in. I could custom balance if I wanted to, or I can do it in the post-production. First things first, you know, what's at hand. We're using some studio little pegs here, but you might have some kind of clothing pegs. We're just going to use that to just add a little bit of detail into the shadow. Let's take that photograph as well. So this is going to illuminate just a little bit of the Welsh cake on the right-hand side, just brings that edge in. And now if I want, I can add some backlight with another piece of foam core on another clip, yeah? And just using the sunshine as a backlight. And depending on where we put this, of course, it's going to create either more or less of an effect. And that's pretty good. As is, we're shooting towards a background that is kind of nothing. And I think this is where we can really become a food photographer for £1. So what can we physically do? We've got a kind of a crate. Let's turn that just towards the camera first, just to actually give a little bit of texture in the background. Let's just bring that up. And yeah, so we've got a kind of a blank effect. If we turn that light towards the background, turn the box towards the window itself, we can basically create that little bit of a illumination with inside the box itself. So that gives that little bit more of a kind of a daylight level. If we allow more of the box to catch more of the light just by moving that around, same thing again. The most common thing I'm doing is obviously positioning the foil just to actually give that backlight effect. And now we've kind of changed that background a little bit. Let's just completely change it. Here's some extra kitchen foil. Let's just add that as a background. That by itself is going to give a massive highlight in the bottom left-hand corner there, but still give our textured light in. There you go. So that's going to kind of bleach out the top left. We can see that, but it's changed its all look and feel straight away. And we could even, in fact, use it underneath the cupcake, Welsh cakes, which we could do now in a minute. Let's just throw whatever is at hand here. So remember, we're just trying to kind of create a different kind of look and feel to the photographs with absolutely no money spent. So that's just a rug that we would use for the likes of the child photography or the baby photography. Let's bring that illumination back. That light is really beginning to fall off now. So we do need to start to bring some of the lighting back in. Yeah, it's pretty good. So you can see that bit of pink. Here's an empty box that I stole from my wife a couple of weeks ago, and I absolutely love the inside green. Let's just see if we can fill the whole thing with that a minute. It's not quite full, but I think it looks okay, in fact. Let me just give that light again. That's pretty good. I like the kind of the green clash there. Let's just add a little bit more light into it. So just turn the angle more, and we'll light the side of the box as well as the Welsh cake. That's pretty good. So it's just out of focus once more. We could, because of the depth of field we're using, in fact, we could get very, very close there and almost subtract almost all of that light. Yeah, and then if we turn it so it catches the sun, same shot. Obviously it's going to get in the way of the Welsh cake there a little bit, but that's done. Yeah, so again, a bit of fun. It's use the Keeley pattern. I absolutely love this design. How's that? So it kind of being a bit of wallpaper now, isn't it? Yeah. Let's keep that there, Mark. Bring that light back in again. And there's that kind of pattern just coming in the background. And if all else fails, of course, I bet we've all got some kind of shopping bag around. There's one. We're not sponsored by anybody, I promise. There's a bit of carrot though, yeah? A bit of colour. And I like that. I think I could kind of spend my whole life doing this. Just a bit of fun. Let's turn the bag inside out. And we're technically back to a bit of a foil background again. Let's just lay this one down on its side. That's a bit too big, isn't it? I was trying to get a little bit more here. Let's have a go again. What's that like? That's very good. I like that. That's just like the aluminum foil that we just used a minute ago, funny enough. Take the shot. That light is beginning to fail just a little bit. We're losing a slight exposure with it. But yeah, you know what? That's what kind of collecting stuff is about, and just you are using what's around you. So, to be fair, the £1 I spent was on the actual cakes. And if, let me just open that shutter speed just up a little bit. And if you get to eat it following the shoot, it's technically a free shot. Hope you enjoyed this silly little film. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.